Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to do a get ready with me skincare edition. We're going to talk about these anti-wrinkle patches, and I'm going to show you my skincare routine and all the products I love. Plus, you're going to do a get ready with me for makeup over 40, and I'm going to give you all my tips and tricks and products I like to use. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright you guys, before we get started, if you're new to my channel and you're just stopping by, remember to hit that subscribe button and click the little bell so you can get notified. I do upload videos every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific time and sometimes during the midweek. So stay tuned for that and make sure you're following me at ChristyAllure on Instagram and on my blog, ChristyAllure.com. Please give this video a huge thumbs up too. You guys go ahead, click that like button right now. It really does help me out in the algorithm, and when you comment below and say hello, I love hearing from you guys. It's like every Sunday we get together and we just get to talk about makeup and skincare and everything beauty. So make sure to drop a comment below. Before we get started onto the makeup portion, I really want to focus on skincare, and a portion of this video is getting sponsored by EYESHADOW. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a skincare company that focuses on anti-wrinkle patches. And when they reached out to me, I was so excited because I had ordered some on Amazon and I was really intrigued, and I actually tried them out, but I wasn't like, I liked them, but I wasn't just like, I didn't really see that much of a difference. You guys, you have to see how these apply in the aftermath. And I think what it is you have to leave them on for a certain amount of time. As we age, you guys, and I'm talking over 20, okay? As we reach that hump over 20, our collagen starts to decrease. Especially women over 40, we really want to focus on collagen and really bringing back that collagen and that hydration back to our face. These anti-wrinkle patches 2.0 are all in one, so you get to really focus on the forehead, the under eye area, the smile lines, the neck, and even the décolleté chest area. For $69, you're getting patches that are going to last you up to 15 times, you guys. So yes, it looks like a hefty price tag at first, but these are like medical grade silicone that are really not going to aggravate your skin, and that is extremely important, especially when you're leaving these patches on for a certain amount of time. EYESHADOW can help tackle all the wrinkle worries. Now you can safely smooth out wrinkles and look forward to the most pampered part of your day. They are designed and manufactured to fit all facial types. You can apply these patches on the desired area for a certain amount of time, either when you're sleeping or just cleaning the house, getting errands done around the house. This 2.0 version gives you better adhesion. It has a 400% thicker silicone layer, 150% plus durability. With gentle and proper care, you can use those patches up to 15 times and even more. There's a patch in every shape and size to cater to all the wrinkles and smoothing needs you need around your face. It recommends doing it up to at least an hour, but the longer the better. So if you do it overnight, you get the maximum results. With these patches, you are getting ultra hydration with their occlusion effect. The occlusion effect increases hydration to the outer layer, ultimately reducing the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. By increasing the skin's surface temperature and increasing blood flow, occlusion also helps your skin to look and feel more healthy. They do not contain any toxins and are non-porous, and they also resist against bacterial growth. So you could be really confident in knowing that you're going to put these patches on and you're not going to have any adverse reaction. And you guys will see how I take them off, and I had them on for 4 hours and I had 0 adverse reactions. So they are amazing, you guys. So we're just gonna get into the application process, and I'm gonna show you from the moment I wake up and start to wash my face, my normal routine I do in the morning, every morning, and then I'll show you how I apply the patches, and then we'll get into taking them off and start the makeup portion. So let's just roll over into that footage. 4 hours, you guys. Okay, so I've had these patches on for 4 hours now. So we'll start off with, let's do the chest one first. So I'm going to take that off. I had no allergic reaction and I have very sensitive skin, so that's the adhesive side. What you want to do is put it under warm water, so I'm just going to do this for right now. And you can rinse it with very gentle soap, it says. And that's the beauty of these, is that you can reuse these. That's so amazing. That's what I like about it. So I'm just going to stick those on there like that. So later on, when I'm done filming, I'll rinse them off with gentle soap. You want to make sure your hair is not really touching it, because I think that's when it starts to get unsticky. Like they say, you can travel with this. This is really nice, and it's a resealable package. So that's kind of what my skin looks like after the patches. And you guys, I have to say, I really notice a difference. I am like really impressed. 43 years old, you guys, so I have lines, and I think that really reduced it. I think that circulation of blood flow and locking in that moisture for that amount of time, and like they said, the longer you leave it in, the better results you're going to have. And I think my skin looks so incredibly refreshed, minus all my breakouts. I think my skin looks really amazing in person. Like I don't know if you guys can tell on camera. So what I'm going to do now is, since I already did most of my skincare prior to doing this, I don't have to go back and do like my azelaic acid. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, from The Ordinary, which I've only been on this for about a week now, or not even a week, probably like 4 days, and I'm already noticing a difference. So this stuff is incredible for the price point too, for a little over $7. And that INKEY list, oh my gosh, that cleans my face better than anything I've ever put on my face. All right, you guys, so really wanted to show you guys and really kind of give you some makeup tips along the way if you're over 40. I would say even over 30, but really these tips can apply to any age group. But I wanted to focus on mature skin like myself, because I haven't done a video that's updated since I think a couple years ago. I'll pop up that video on my makeup essentials for over 40, but those were older products, and some of those products are not even around. I think I used a lot of Becca products in that video, and I don't know if you guys know this, but Becca is actually going out of business, so a lot of their products are going to be going on sale, and I would stock up, and you already kind of start seeing that on Sephora and Ulta. So it's unfortunate, because they're a really good company and they have amazing products. I know a lot of us are going to miss their products, and I'm really, really sad. So some of those products that I use are not going to be available anymore. So I kind of just wanted to give you guys an updated version of makeup tips and makeup products that are really good for mature skin. So one makeup product that I have been really loving for mature skin. There's a lot of products I love, but I did just recently do a video on this, and this is the KVD Good Apple Foundation. You guys can check out the video, and I've realized that the medium 33 is my perfect match now. This is amazing for my girls out there that like coverage. So I'm focusing on full coverage makeup because that's my preference, but you know, there's products like the new Fenty Beauty, which I did go up in color. This is shade 9 now. I had shade 5 in that video. Perfect match. So I couldn't decide between these two, but I am going to go with the KVD one just because I want a little bit more coverage because of all my imperfections right now. There are two ways I love this product. I love it with the KVD foundation brush, which if you do not own this brush, it's one of the most amazing brushes I have ever applied my foundation with. This is a phenomenal brush, and they sell it at Ulta, Sephora, the KVD website. This is so good. I actually have two because I love it so much. I have been trying my best to stay away from primers and use more like heavy creams, and I would say like nighttime moisturizer. Right now my skin is not dehydrated. It's more normal to oily, so I have to be careful on what I'm using, but I am trying a couple out, so I have some on the way, so I'll let you guys know and update you in future videos. Either go in there with a brush first, which you guys know I normally like to do, and then go in with a sponge, but it really depends on the foundation. So applicators and foundations make a huge difference. Every foundation is going to be different, so keep that in mind. You don't really need a lot of this product. I do feel like a little goes a long, long way, and you always want to make sure to get it down your neck and on your ears because you want everything to blend. There's no perfect shade out there for us, right? There are shades that are going to match pretty close, but there really isn't a perfect shade out there. Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally forgot. I got so into the foundation and wanting to cover up my face. This is the KVD Shake Primer. I talked about this in that video. This is a really good method to not cake up right here. Now, and you can put it like a lot of Wayne Goss videos, he talks about putting primer underneath the eye, and I've been kind of mentioning it in some of my other videos before going in with concealer. And actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the opposite side of the blender, and this is a Dose of Color sponge, and I'm gonna start pulling away any kind of product I have on there. And even though I like to go in just because I want to make everything even, I'll take that corner piece lately and I'm just kind of like almost like wiping off some of that foundation. Like a little bit's there, but not a lot. And then now when I go in with concealer, it won't be so cakey. But this is where this product comes in handy. So what you'll do is just take a drop of it like that, and you'll take that and you'll just kind of go where the where the crow's area is right here, and on the corners of the nose, because that's typically right here is where we get the most cakey, most of us. I mean, that's where you start seeing foundation, is right here and on your lines. This is what I love about this one, is that it's not cakey. So a lot of them will have like the NARS, the Urban Decay, and NARS has one too. That's too thick. That's almost like concealer. So then you'd be putting concealer over this. And I just think even though it's meant for the eye, you can really tell that one is meant for the eye. So that's not one I would recommend. Another great under eye area, which I forgot to mention before I put the foundation on, is this Milani Supercharged 120 Peach. I love this, and I talked about this in a previous video for the under eye area. I think this is probably one of the best. Becca used to have the best one under eye, and then Charlotte Tilbury has a good one too, but this one is a really good one for the price point, and it has that vitamin C in there, and it is so, I forgot to put this on, you guys, but that's okay because I took off most of that foundation underneath. So now concealer. It really depends on you. The two concealers I would probably recommend the most would be the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, which you guys know, if you look at my rankings right there, it's my #1 pick. I absolutely think this is the most amazing concealer. My second choice would be the Pat McGrath, and I'm talking about mature skin, not necessarily the order of what I ranked those as. But for mature skin, Pat McGrath would be the second one. This is LM5, I want to say, but I also like LM8 and LM11 and LM13. I have them all and I like them all, but for my current complexion right now, I really like this LM5. And for mature skin, I mean, typically I like to do a lot of concealer, but I'm gonna just concentrate on mature skin right now. And where you really wanna start is like right there, okay? Like right there. And I like it light, okay? So if you don't like it really light, go up to more your skin tone, or I would always recommend going a little bit lighter if you really want to give yourself brightening and youthful look. And then another area you want to concentrate on is right there, because that's going to lift, it's giving yourself like a natural facelift. So you just want to kind of concentrate that right there, and then kind of right here, I like to do it on the laugh lines because it's lighter, it's going to fill in that area. And then a little bit right here on those lines, and then I like to go right here. Again, this is all preference, and it's just naturally where the sun would hit you. To get the most bank and the most coverage, the best thing to do is let the concealer set on your face, especially for these liquidy type concealers. If you used like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, which is another big favorite of mine, if you have extremely oily skin, this is a really great concealer, but I'm kind of doing it for more normal so that people with oily skin and people with dry skin can benefit from this video. But this, if you have very oily skin and you like a lot of coverage, this is a phenomenal concealer. I have a video on it. You can check that video out. Extremely good. I like it better than the Tarte Shape Tape, but Tarte Shape Tape has always been a huge holy grail of mine if you have oily skin as well. It's a phenomenal one for full coverage. Another one I always talk about, you guys, is the Too Faced multi-purpose. I love this as foundation, concealer, contour. This is extremely good for mature skin. It's made with coconut water, not coconut oil. So coconut oil is pore clogging. So if you have very sensitive skin, you want to stay away from products that have coconut oil in it, or avocado oil, or some of those oils that are really highly comedogenic. So that's what I love about that multi-purpose one. Is made with coconut water, not coconut oil. So now that it's kind of been on your skin, you can either go in with your blender for more of a natural finish, or you can go in with a brush and get more coverage out of it. Because I like fuller coverage, I'm gonna go in with the brush. And all I'm gonna do is just start, I didn't put any right here because I'm gonna work myself in. I'm gonna go into my skin. So I'm gonna start here, and then whatever's left over on the brush is what I bring in. And then I'm just gonna kind of place the product there for right now. And then I'll go in with the beauty blender or any kind of sponge and start to get it into the skin and blend it. And then you're just lifting that up. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my sponge and start just kind of working around the area, just so that there's no, I don't wanna go over it because that's gonna pull away the product. So I'm kind of working around the area. Then here, I don't care about pulling away the product. I'm gonna go back in with the back side of the sponge where we have the makeup and kind of blend and mesh the two together. Since there's, you know, kind of leftover product on there, it's kind of just blending the concealer and the foundation color in one. And that's another good way to do it, is to really make sure you don't have any demarcation lines, that you kind of do it that way. And then I will take, since that already has kind of concealer on there, I'm gonna lightly, and I mean lightly, go over that just to make sure there's no creasing on the under eye area. Because before you set, you wanna make sure there is zero creasing. But if you go too hard, you're gonna start pulling away the product. So go really, really, I mean lightly. And I truly feel that Pat McGrath puts out the best under eye powder. So there are two colors that I really, actually three colors I really like. I like the medium one, but I love the translucent one. It's just my absolute favorite. It is such a beautiful packaging. And I do have a video on the Pat McGrath powders and concealers. This is the new yellow one. I thought I was gonna like it, and I didn't. It looked more yellow. It was very translucent, but it looked more yellow on the screen than it did in person. This looks more like, I don't know if you can even tell with my lights, but it looks more beige. So I like this for the perimeters of my face, but I didn't really like it under my eye area like I had hoped I was going to. So you can either go in with a sponge and do it this way and pack that on there like that, or you can go in with a very soft brush. And my favorite brush is this. This is a very expensive brush, but it lasts forever. You will have this for the rest of your life. This is the Chikahodo Z, I'll put it right there. I think it's the highlighting brush, but I actually love it for under the eye. It is so soft. As we get older, we want to make sure we're using products that are very soft on the face, because that is a very delicate area. And do you guys see how that, I mean, you can use so much powder, and this just, because it's natural hair bristles, it just puts it on so beautifully and so effortlessly. I mean, it is such a beautiful, and I like to go down the center as well, and I like to really set the laugh lines. But do you guys see how this powder just really gently does the work for you? And it's just so airbrushed and so beautiful. Now, if you are a person that likes a lot of coverage, okay, and you're like, I just don't feel like I got enough coverage, and I just want a little bit more coverage, but I don't want to add more concealer on, either you can add more concealer on if you want to. And some people don't like a lot of powder, and I get it. For mature skin, powders are not the most friendly and forgiving. But if you use the right kinds of powders, I do feel like you can get away with it. I love the Fenty Beauty one, but I still think there's nothing like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet when it comes to setting underneath the eye. Put all of my refills in there, and on Makeup Forever you can buy the refills instead of buying like the full compact. And I like to use the Wayne Goss Airbrush. I have one of these for my highlighter and I have one of these for under my eye. And what I like to do is just really take that powder, and by using a brush you're gonna probably get less pigmentation, okay? So you can kind of see that it's there, but it's not quite there. This is why I like personally using either my Tati Blendiful, it's kind of dirty, or just using my sponge that I've been using. So I'm just gonna use my sponge for right now, and I'm just gonna put that on there. And do you guys see how that just gave me a little extra coverage, but still in a soft way? But it's kind of almost blurring out that area, and that's what I love so much about this powder. They say less powder when you have mature skin. To me, it's preference, whatever you want to do and whatever works for you. Some people, yeah, less powder works much better for their skin. That's all individual. My skin works better with a little bit more powder, okay? That's just my skin type. So Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite powder for the outer perimeter areas. Every video you will always see me hit pan on this. I have gone through lots of these. So I'll just take my other Chikuhodo brush. You can use any brush you want. I just personally love Japanese natural bristles that just really soften the skin and just make my life a lot easier. And I just think they just give such a flawless, beautiful airbrush finish. But I love this IT Cosmetics one too. I mean, IT Cosmetics brushes are really good. They're really amazing brushes for synthetic brushes. Of course, you can use Real Techniques. You can use any brush you want. Another powder I really, really love for under the eye, like say the Makeup Forever, you don't want to invest in that. So you just want to invest in one powder. I am not a big fan of this one under my eye. You can, absolutely, some people love it. It's just that that one for me is a better perimeter one, and it matches my skin tone. Maybe if I went lighter, but I tried even the light one and it still just wasn't my favorite. This NARS Eden powder to me is very similar to this Charlotte Tilbury one, maybe not as airbrushed, but it just lies so beautifully under the eyes. If you're around my skin tone, it is such a perfect color for us light medium girls with like yellow golden undertones. It's so pretty. So brows for mature skin. Now the soap brow look, you guys can look at that. That fluffy model brow is very in. But for some of us, especially as mature skin women, our brows are not the same as those younger girls. Our brows change over time, or we lose hair. I don't have as full brows as I used to. My brows are more stubborn these days. I've never had amazing brows, but I mean, I just don't have the brows that stick up, that are fluffy. So it takes a lot to do that. And not a lot of people have the patience or time. And I really wanted to keep this makeup look very everyday, okay? So some products that I feel like you can kind of get to that level but not commit and are very easy and affordable, and actually I've been really loving this. It can get kind of sticky, and I do feel like it's almost best to do this, and typically I would before you do your foundation, but it still works. It's really good. Just make sure it dries before you go in there with any other product. If you don't want to go through that hassle and you just really want to keep your brows very simple, brow gels that I absolutely love are the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brow. I talk about this in all of my videos. It's my favorite. I like spoolies that are really thin, so I think those are really, really good. If you really just want to make your life so simple and easy, I love Gimme Brow, but if you don't want that pigmentation, these come in colors. I don't think this comes in a translucent, but their 24-hour brow setter is really good too, and that's in clear. But again, I like that little tiny spoolie. And this actually has fibers in there that help make your brows grow and are not negatively impacting your brows. I stick to pencils and pens. That's just my favorite. Lately, pretty much all I use is if I have to go in with this, I'll go in, or if I just want to do a quick brow and make it really, really simple. Actually, I technically just go in with the pen, but if I really want to make sure that they're nice and structured, I'll go back in with a pencil. And I love my Benefit Precisely My Brow. That's been my holy grail go-to brow pencil for so long. I use 3.5. But I just recently just fell in love with this Hourglass one, and I use this one more than the Benefit one. This is Ash or something like that. I'll put the color right there. But yeah, it's so phenomenal. But this is like my holy grail brow product now. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch. I have been on the hunt. I did that video last year with the Benefit one versus the Anastasia brow pen, and I thought the two brow, you know, leading companies would probably put out the best pen on the market, and they disappointed me because I don't feel like they were the best pens on the market. I tried Lime Crime. Glacier was probably the best one until this came out, and this is the NYX Lift and Snatch. It is the perfect color. The problem with a lot of these pens are they come off very, very warm, and I don't like that until this came out, that were the perfect tone for my natural brows, but not making them too much that it stands out amongst my blonde hair. This is a phenomenal product. And now what I'm gonna do is you just could take your bronzer if that's what you wanna do. And I'm just gonna go into that crease area and just really start building up a contour on the eye little. By pulling it up, you're kind of giving that cat eye lifted effect. And then just bringing that in, because I'm gonna start a nose contour. This Makeup by Mario palette is amazing. I don't know why I didn't buy this sooner, you guys. It is so beautiful. The mattes in this, and if you want me to do a separate eyeshadow look on this, these are all mattes, and he has a metallic one, shimmer one as well, but I just concentrated on the mattes because I particularly like Pat McGrath shimmers, and Natasha Denona shimmers the best. I don't know, I can try his out, and maybe another sale time I'll pick up the other one, but I didn't want to pick up too much, and I really, for everyday, love mattes, and these are the perfect colors. I mean, just perfect colors. They blend, they're so easy to work with. They're buildable shadows, which makes them very user-friendly and very good for people that are not as experienced with eyeshadow. You cannot go wrong. If you didn't want to use the bronzers, you could have used any of these transition shades. That would have been perfect. And it always depends on your skin tone what transition shade is going to pop on you. So for me and my skin tone, that's probably going to be the color I would transition with the most, but I can even go that route as well. Just to have a little bit of fun here, we're just going to take this color right there on this Sonia G Mini Booster. If you have hooded eyes like me, or just smaller inset eyes, this brush is amazing, and Sigma has a really good one as well. And see how that just kind of gave a very simple look? Very simple, very easy. I like a little contour, and I like the Patrick Tall one a lot, but you have, since I already powdered my skin, that is not one that goes over powder very well. I do still truly believe that either the Tom Ford or the KKW sticks are the best for contouring if you already have powder on. These just lie over powder a lot better. I do absolutely love his brush. I picked this up last minute, like the last day the sale was going on, and I picked it up and I thought, oh, well, I got it on sale, whether I need another brush or not, which I didn't, but I am so glad I did. It's become my favorite cream contour brush. And honestly, I don't really cream contour too much, but if you have mature skin, it almost is better to cream contour because you're gonna use less powder because you're already creating the depth there. That's the only reason why I'm gonna do this in this video. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and I'm just gonna go right here and just stamp it. Do you see how easy that brush is? Like, it's amazing. And contouring is just really like restructuring your face, okay? Contouring is very individual, keep that in mind. But always make sure you're going into your hairline so that you don't have any demarcation lines. Again, you ate a little too much or you put on a little quarantine weight, you know, it's a good way to kind of give yourself a little bit of a diet. And then just kind of blend down. When I don't feel like putting another contour powder over because I don't want to put too much there because I'm going to go over it with bronzer. What I like to do is just take like a darker, this one's about to break, setting powder. This is the Pat McGrath, same one as I used under my eye, but it's the deep one, and you can use any darker translucent powder, whatever one you want. I personally love this one. And then I'm just gonna go in and bronze up the skin now. And this is just such a forgiving bronzer. This was released last year. I have a video on this as well. It's so beautiful. It's just the most beautiful bronzer. All right, you guys, so I popped on my lashes really quick. Let's go in with blush now. I think blush just pretty much tops everything off, and it just really creates just the cherry on top of a sundae for mature skin, because it brings that youthfulness back to our skin after we've already applied the powders, the bronzers. Yes, you can go for more the bronze look and walk out the door, but blush just gives you that little extra something. So we are going to try out a new blush today, and I think cream blushes are so beautiful on mature skin when applied correctly and using the right product. So I really wanted to try this new Melt Cosmetics one. I'm a big fan of Melt Cosmetics. They really do just give such beautiful eyeshadows, and I thought this Honey Thief color was so incredibly beautiful. I mean, just beautiful, you guys. They are so creamy, and that is like the perfect pink. Another one of my favorites, and I do have the Hourglass, so stay tuned. That will be next week's video. The new Hourglass Vanish Stick ones. But another one I absolutely love is this Shiseido one. It is by far probably one of my favorite cream blushes, and I know that's saying a lot considering Patrick Ta's, you know, She's That Girl has been my holy grail for so long. I mean, I absolutely love this. This is all in one, and it's perfect if you just want something so easy and beautiful and perfect. But this Shiseido one is insanely beautiful. But we're gonna try out this Melt Cosmetics one. I'll do the Shiseido one on a different video because this is the newest product. So you can go in with your regular sponge and just do the sponge. I like brush applications with my cream blushes just because it's just easier and it gives me more preciseness where it won't go all over the place. I don't like going directly from there to there. I like to do it on the back of my hand first. It really allows me to place it, not put too much pigmentation and build it up. I'm just gonna place this, and you wanna make sure you use a cream blush that can go over powder. And I'm hoping this one does. And it does. So the Patrick Ta ones, the reason why I love them so much is because I can go over my powders and not have to worry about it. And going around the temples and even on the bridge of the nose, giving that kind of sun-kissed look to the face. It just really brightens up the face. Do you see the difference? I mean, that's pretty, the bronzer's pretty, but something about the blush just airbrushes and makes it look so just youthful and flushed and glowing, almost like that pregnancy glow that people get. I don't know, I've never been pregnant, but I mean, I see it on others and it's just such a beautiful look, and to me that's what blush does. This is a gorgeous cream blush, gorgeous. So again, just going on the back of my hand, and I like to smile, just not like smile like that, but just a little bit of smile, and just kind of allows me to know where I'm going to place it. And it's so preference. If you want your face to be like, let's just say you have more of a round face, I would definitely go up higher here and stay away from like the apples of the cheek. If you don't have, like I have more of a narrow face, so I kind of like to create a little bit more fullness right here. So that's why I'm kind of starting to do my blushes like right there, and then kind of, and it just depends on my mood too. Sometimes I like to go with the sculpture of my face and go with kind of more that narrowness and work with it. So it just depends. It depends on what you want to do. And this is why I like doing it with a brush, because it allows me that precision, you know, to go where I want to go. Where the sponge, I feel a little less in control, a little less in the driver's seat. So that is a very beautiful blush, very beautiful. I think it's very comparable. I don't think it's better than the Patrick Ta one. I think it's comparable. They're about the same. The good thing about the Patrick Ta one is that you get the powder on top of it. So I'm gonna go with the powdered version of this Patrick Ta one. And when it comes to powdered brushes, you can go like, this is my go-to IT Cosmetics one. Love this one, especially if I'm not doing a cream underneath. But if I'm doing a cream underneath or on top, I know I'm gonna get that extra pigment, I like to go in with like a dual fiber brush because it's going to not put too much there and it's gonna really blend it out for me. So I'm gonna take, this is an LA Girl one. It's in my Amazon store. It's very inexpensive. And I'm just gonna go in and just kind of place that there. Go over my nose again, around the temples, and just really give that flushed look. It is so beautiful, right, you guys? Now I'm gonna take this Real Techniques brush and just go over it and just really like smooth it out. And remember, blush is the first thing to go. So yes, you may feel like a clown at first, but let me tell you, that's all gonna fade by the time you walk out the door. So go heavy with it. Don't be shy with your blush, because that is going to be the first thing that's going to fade. Now I'm gonna go in with my setting spray. So I really love, for mature skin, I think either the Morphe one, the Urban Decay one is really good. This one will last all night long. It's a really good one, but lately my favorite is still the Professional. I think it really blurs out and I think it is perfect mature skin. And I really like to do this before my highlighter because I like my highlighter to really beam. So I'm gonna go in with my, and this just has like the most incredible mist. And I like this for that extra glow. So what I've been liking to do with this one is just kind of really spray the area that I want for it to highlight. So I want that to be right there and right there. And not doing too much. Oh, that is so refreshing, you guys. That is the most incredible spray. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. Again, this has become one of my favorite. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass highlighters. Almost like the metallic one that I have. I really love my metallic highlighter from Hourglass. This is by far one of the best ones for mature skin in the past. Before this Jaclyn Hill one came out, I felt like this highlighter palette was the best for mature skin. And this is pretty much identical, but this is limited edition and I don't even know if it's still around, and very expensive. And this one is a lot better deal. So you can get this one at Ulta or on JaclynCosmetics.com. But quickly became one of my favorite highlighters. And I'm just gonna take the Wayne Goss Airbrush. It's my favorite applicator, especially for mature skin, to do highlighter with. And this one, I just love that it just goes over texture so beautiful. Do you see how it just gave that glow to the skin? This is how I like the luminosity, is going through my powdered highlighters. And I can just kind of take that one there, and then on the tip of the nose, and then on the Cupid's bow. And then what you can do is just take your blender and kind of just press that into the skin. And by pressing that into the skin, do you see how that just blended everything together? So there's no harsh lines going on, because you don't want it to be like, oh, there's her highlighter. You want to make sure that you don't have any demarcations. And I find that the sponge is the only one. I used to go in with like my Sonia G, which I really like to do around the edges, like right here, but for some reason I actually find the sponge to do a better job with that. Or even my Tati Blendiful, I really like doing it with this one too. Either one works really well. All right, let's go into my lips. I almost forgot to do my lips. So for lips in mature skin, I like to stick to more neutral colors. My favorite lip liners are either the KKW or Charlotte Tilbury, and then the Persona Cosmetics. I think the KKW is definitely the cheapest, and then the Persona one would be next, and then the Charlotte Tilbury, this is the most priciest one. I also love the Natasha Denona eyeliners, or sorry, lip liners. That one is a really good one as well. It's very creamy. I like to stick to more creamy liners when it comes to mature lips, because our lips are a little bit more dry and textured, and we just want to make sure that we're accentuating them in the most positive way, right? Let's go in with the more affordable one today. Let's go in with the KKW one. I love this one. You can get the precision on this, but yet it's creamy. It's probably my favorite out of all of them. My favorite lipstick is Natasha Denona. if I really want to just do lips, oh, it's just so pretty. I'm gonna go with Natasha today. I also like Charlotte, but I just want a little bit more color. And then what I like to do is just forget the filler lip. Because I don't want to dirty it, I'm gonna actually take this onto a lip brush because I like to use this for clear too. I'm gonna just take some of that onto a lip brush and just place that in the center. And something about this stuff just makes your lips so, it really does. Forget the filler. It's not lying what it does. That's one of my favorite products of all time, this forget the filler. Like, oh my gosh, I just did that video. If I can only have one product, I might have included this one because this is like extremely good. I hope that was helpful for you guys because those are the products that I really, really highly suggest for mature skin. And I felt like this was a good video to do alongside the anti-wrinkle patches because along with skincare, you really want to have makeup products that are going to really help accentuate good skincare. And I keep my skincare very, very minimal. So I hope that was helpful for you guys on what I use to keep my skin very youthful. For me, less is more. I just have that type of skin. I can't just use a whole lot of products. I think genetics play a huge role in the maturity of our skin. I know I do get a lot of people asking me in my comments, I can't believe you're 43, and I don't attribute that to skincare products. I attribute that a lot to my genetics. My mom just like extremely young. I mean, she died, you know, at 69, but she looked in her 50s. She looked so incredibly young. And I'm so incredibly blessed to have her genetics and be able to keep my youth even over 40. But I don't necessarily think it's the actual products I'm using. I drink a lot of water, I eat healthy, I exercise daily. And I think a lot of that plays into it as well. So it's just stuff to keep in mind. You guys kind of saw in the beginning what I use for my skincare now. It really does kind of switch off for me depending on my skin, you know, sensitivities at the time, but there's really not a whole lot I can say I'm using. As far as eye cream, I forgot to mention that I do use the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair. And as far as moisturizers go, you guys know the ones I constantly talk about on my channel are the Clinique Moisture Surge. I love this Summer Fridays Dew Cloud. Other than that, I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. I love, love, love hearing from you guys. These anti-wrinkle patches are incredibly good. So thank you so much to this company for sending it out to me. I think it's EYESHADOW is how you pronounce it. I am not a skincare expert. I'm not an esthetician. I'm not even a professional makeup artist. I'm a certified makeup artist, but I'm not a professional working makeup artist. But I've learned a lot in my years. I grew up in a beauty salon with a mom as a cosmetologist, so I've learned a lot. And I love teaching you guys. I love teaching you what I know and helping you guys out and helping you guys feel beautiful and youthful and just feel good about yourself. Because when you feel good about yourself, I feel like it's like putting good vibes out into the universe and good things come into your life. So hopefully that was helpful, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a comment below, you guys. It really does help me in the algorithm when you guys comment and when you guys thumbs up this video, when you click that like button. Go ahead, do it right now. When you click that like button and you comment below, it really does help my channel out. So I really appreciate it. If you want to purchase any of these products, again, whenever you guys utilize those affiliate links, it helps support my channel because I do purchase a lot of my own makeup and it really does help me out. It's a small percentage that I get, a commission, but it really does help me out. So thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for watching me every week. We did go back to Sundays because I miss my Sundays and communicating with you guys back and forth with Amber and Susan and Crystal, my faithfuls, Regina. I mean, there's so many of you guys out there that I'm just love. My family is growing. My glam fam is growing and I just love it so much, you guys. So thank you. If you're new and you're just stopping by, please remember to hit that subscribe button before you go and click the bell so you can stay notified. We're here every Sunday. I'm going to try to drop in some videos during the week on Tuesdays, so be sure to follow me at Christy Allure on my Instagram. Stay tuned on my blog, christyallure.com, and it will just kind of help you guys out. I will be having a video coming up shortly where I'll be doing a giveaway, so stay alert. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.
Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my wine.